Hola, clase de 2012. Sadly, this concludes my demonstration of what I retained after completing 2 courses of Spanish. For those of you who don't speak Spanish, it basically said, howdy, class of 2012. It's funny to consider those things that we remember and those things that just don't seem to stick. I clearly remember back to 2004 when I finally decided that I would seek a college degree. I had for many years admired those who earned college degrees, and I was tired of being left out of what I believed to be an elite group of people. I was obviously older than the average college student, but I had assumed that my 20-plus years work experience had given me everything that I needed to succeed, with the exception of not having that one little significant line item on my resume, a college degree. It was the spring of 2004, and I, like many other students who were beginning college at CUNY, was required to take an entrance exam in reading and math. I was vividly remembering the reading exam. We were to choose one side to the argument of whether middle schools and high schools should be open year-round. Like many social issues, I was very passionate about this topic, and I was eager to begin. I suppose the exam allowed 45 minutes or so, and I clearly remember when that clock began. I poured my little old heart out on paper, writing to what I believed to be great arguments. Not just good, great. I finished writing within about 30 minutes and took the last 10 minutes to proofread my work. I was so impressed with my own paper that I even was convinced that my paper would be the paper of all college papers. I even went so far to believe that my work was so magnificent that perhaps it would be even turned over to the New York Times. After just a few weeks, I received a letter from CUNY, and I was so excited to see what was said. The letter stated that I was required to take a course in writing as a prerequisite for enrolling at CUNY. Although you can imagine how my heart sank, reality had risen. What I had thought I knew as compared to what I really had known were light years apart. And yes, Professor Reese, I remember that light years is not a measurement of time. Although some of you are welcome to disagree, education can be quite enjoyable at times, especially when you're working side by side with other folks sharing that same sense of determination. Believe me, there were more than a few courses that I found quite challenging, but even those courses were processes of discovery. The education I received during my progression towards earning a bachelor's degree in communication and culture at CUNY School of Professional Studies, SPS, has certainly introduced me to a number of fundamental tools that are, in my opinion, essential in today's global world. The various courses in the area of culture have completely opened my eyes and mind to a world outside of the United States, and even to some of the many diverse cultural groups within our own community. I discovered through this journey that there truly lies a strong correlation between knowledge and acceptance. Especially as New Yorkers, okay, Mom, I admit, we live in Jersey. We recognize that understanding and accepting cultural diversity is imperative, especially in today's turbulent social climate. As many of you know, SPS remains at the forefront of the future in education with many unusual and creative programs, such as the one I'm graduating from, the online baccalaureate, and with its commitment to 100% online study. SPS has certainly given many of us here tonight the only feasible opportunity to earn a college degree. At SPS, students don't simply learn new technological tools, but actually use these tools as a means to fulfill our dreams of having college graduates. Talk about immediate use and practical use of education. SPS students are privileged from this experience by having gained the confidence to use new tools as they come our way. For some people, new technology can be terrifying and often avoided. But for SPS students, we simply say, bring it. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the college professors and instructors at CUNY. Largely due to your boundless patience and encouragement, the graduates here tonight were able to fulfill one of the more important personal conquests. What began as a goal to obtain a line item for my resume ended up not being the true prize. What I discovered through the many processes over the past years is that education is not about earning more money or about something that now made me some part of an elite group. Although I'm certainly older and I have less hair and a few pounds heavier than that guy who so idealistically sat down 8 years ago to write his first college essay, I am now a college graduate. So what does that mean? It means that I've earned the license to drive in the fast lane. Con dirección. Muchas gracias.